Wednesday evening, I sort of turned up to the band practice in the room next door, and I sort of went in there, and as many people who know me will know, I'm absolutely tone deaf. So they sort of sent me next door into this room, so here I am. And for many of my friends and family who've sort of had the misfortune, we'll call it, to hear me on the karaoke, they've always said we would pay to hear you not sing. So here you are, paying to hear me not sing. Right, so anyway, I've had a bit of a rush to get here today. I've been caught up Christmas shopping. I don't know, has anybody else been out Christmas shopping this morning?
Hate shopping.
Yeah, I hate shopping too. The thing with shopping, I absolutely hate the queues. Absolutely cannot stand a queue. I honestly will say I've been the closest I've ever been to shoplifting this morning. 3 for 2 in Boots, 3 for 2 on the links. There I was thinking, you know, if I was in Marks and Spencer's, it was Magnolia Talc, I'd risk getting caught for shoplifting. As it happens, I sort of queued and paid. Now, when I'm out and about and you're shopping, and I notice we've got the men down here that are sort of saying, yeah, they hate shopping, which I totally can relate to. There's lots of blokes being dragged around, looking a bit bored, a bit, you know, they're sort of in the way, you can't get around them, sort of sitting there, and, you know, the wives are sort of, do I look good in this outfit outside the fitting rooms? And it's just no fun. I mean, are there any men out there that can relate to what I'm saying, not shopping fans? Right. Well, a few years ago, when I was a student, I used to actually run a men's creche, or it's sort of more what Marks and Spencer's referred to as the technology department. So how that used to operate, I mean, as a business model, I don't think we didn't really sell much, but as sort of a service to shoppers, it was exceptional because we get the wives and girlfriends on a weekend. It was our sort of peak time, and they drop their men off. We have sort of, you know, regular attenders on a Saturday. So we'd have sort of Roger in, he'd be watching the football. Brian, an IT man, quite pale in complexion, sort of, you know, knows where to shove a USB, good at sort of flicking switches. And every once in a while, we sort of get somebody in, a bloke out there, and you can sort of see, I sort of worked out a bit of a formula for the single men. So quite often they'd just appear, they were never dropped off and never ever collected. So I've got this sort of man wanders in, which sort of for me is, you know, I've got to do some work, I've got to go and, you know, sell something. So this bloke sort of appears, he's there, and we sold a variety of products. So he's actually sort of paying quite a bit of interest to the Miele high suction vacuum cleaner. So I mean, he switched it on, and poor old Dave, who's watching the rugby, he got it on high suction, he's nearly dragged him across the shop. So then he sort of wanders over, and he's looking at some televisions, and I mean, this is a bit of a giveaway now, because where the single men really sort of show themselves, he's got the TV remote there, and he's like this, so he's got a good sort of strong wrist action, but he can't seem to flick the switch and turn the TV on. I mean, I think there'll be a few ladies out there that have probably encountered a man like this before. We're going to refer to him as man with an interest in high suction vacuum cleaners and strong wrist action. But so after sort of seeing his struggles, I'm sort of busying myself doing other stuff, but he wanders over to the counter, which I think, oh God, terrible. And he's in a bit of a, you know, it's a bit sort of Neanderthal-like, So, oh yes sir, how can I help you? So he says, oh well, sort of grunts. He's attracted a bit of attention from other people because, you know, he's quite socially inept and not a very nice mannerism. He sort of says, well, actually, love, there's 2 TVs over here that are exactly the same. Well, there's £300 difference. Ooh, I don't think there are. He said, oh, that's right then, sir. Let's have a look. So I totter over. He's there, right? He said, yeah, well, there's the Samsung X there. And so I said, oh yeah, so that's the Samsung X 26-inch. And then we've got the Samsung X 32-inch. So his response is, well, what's the difference there then? So I said, well, I think you'll find, sir, about 6 inches. So at this point, there's a few people looking at him because he's, a bit rude, caused a bit of a stir. To which he replies, so what difference does that make? And I said, well, sir, I think you'll find 6 inches can make quite a bit of difference.
Try to use it.
Yeah. Thank you very much, everybody. You've been great.